in my bag now.
Hey guys, Serene the Great here again with another Air Force related video. Today's video I'm going to talk to you guys about, is joining the Air Force for you or not? Because the Air Force comes with a lot of opportunity, a lot of great benefits that I talk about in almost every video that's not about BNT. But a lot of people seem to join and are super excited to join, but then after they get here, they lose their excitement, or they're not really too appreciative of being in the military anymore. They just don't want to be here anymore. So I want to let you guys know a few benefits of the military and then what people's complaints are afterwards, just so you guys can take that into account and see if some of those benefits are worth, what these people are complaining about, or, just to see overall if joining the military would be for you, if you can deal with some of those things that people say they can't stand about the military. So one of the first benefits of being in the military, I guess I could say, is travel. That's what a lot of people want to do. A lot of people want to travel the world. So there's two ways that you can go about being able to travel once you join the Air Force. You can travel by either being stationed somewhere like outside of the country or in a state that you've never been before, which more than likely you're going to. But some people get stationed maybe in a state that they don't really desire as much, so they don't consider it traveling. But at the same time, right, if that's not enough for you, if you want to go out somewhere different from wherever you're stationed, you're getting a good enough paycheck where you can pay to go on trips. You can pay to go on trips outside of the country, or you can pay to go on trips in your immediate area. So travel is something that you can definitely do, and you also get 60 days paid leave a year. So 60 days you get to take off work and you're still getting paid. 2.5 days a month all adds up to 60 days a year. In my video about making money in the Air Force or Air Force finances, break down exactly how much you get paid and the different amounts you get paid for what. You get a different amount for housing and all that kind of stuff. So I'll have that link in the description. Might have it pop up right there. You guys can check it out. So like I was saying about that steady paycheck that you can, pay to go do your travels or pay to do whatever you want. When I first joined, I came from high school, came straight out of high school. So I was working at Burger King, working part-time, making pretty much minimum wage, and I was not making a lot whatsoever. I just got my tax return back, and it is a lot more than, what I made from working at Burger King for a year. So I can say firsthand that you'll make way more coming straight out of high school if you join the military. That's one thing that's, a benefit. Everybody likes having money, and that's something that I can't see anybody really having a problem with, unless, of course, you're joining after you've gone through life a little bit. Like you've already had a career, maybe you even had your own business, and you're making a lot from that business. So as far as finances goes, as far as your base income from your job goes, you might have been making more from before you joined the military. Because you think about it, when you're first joining the military, you're joining in at a low rank. You're joining in at anywhere from E1 to an E3, depending on if you already have a college degree or not. So you're new to the Air Force, you're just learning your job. You're not going to be paid big cheese. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be paid at a top ranking enlisted member pay. You're going to start off pretty low and you're going to work your way up. Another benefit is free school, free college. That's one thing you hear a lot about joining the military. A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm going to go to the military, get my school paid for, and, maybe move on out after my first term enlistment or whatever, my 4 years or my 6 years, because that's just a benefit. College is a great thing. I know, obviously, if you did really well in school, if you did sports in school, you can apply for certain scholarships and stuff like that, even full ride scholarships. So if you can do that and you're currently in high school at the moment, then maybe join the military isn't something that you really need to worry about. But I would say the difference is you're getting college paid for, right? But at the same time, when you join the military, you're learning a trade, you're learning a job, as well as being able to get a degree in something else that you want to, completely outside of your job. So you're learning a job, it's like an internship, but you're getting paid for a full-time job as you're learning. And it's pretty cool. I really am thankful for that I now have a skill set so I can get a degree in something completely different that I'm really interested in, And I can also, after my enlistment, get out and do the same job, but civilian side, making a lot of money because I now have a certification that I got essentially for free. Your medical expenses are covered, are clear. They're not free, but you pay for them out of your paycheck. You don't see them, and it's not too expensive. Like, if anything happens to you, if anything's wrong with you, you can go to your military doctors and you go to the clinic, and they'll set you up. They'll make sure you're good, healthy, and breathing, because you're an asset to the military, an asset to the Air Force, and they care about you, so they're gonna make sure you're A-okay. And if you don't want to get treatment on base, you can always find ways to go outside of base to get your treatment. But if anything's wrong with you medically, you got it covered, and it's not costing you very much out of your paycheck at all. And then another thing, let's say you want to start a family, or you plan on starting a family in the future. In being in the military, financially, you are definitely able to start a family. If you watch your finances correctly from the time you join up until that time, whenever you want your family, because anything that you want, you have to definitely plan for. So you plan for your family, and with a military steady paycheck, you'll definitely be able to take care of that, because you get housing paid for. So wherever you decide to live, they're going to give you however much you need to pay for your house. Yes, there's a certain cap, so you just got to find somewhere affordable within the range that they give you. And if you're married, if you have kids, then you get a little bit more, so that way you can afford a larger home. So your home bills are paid for. Yes, just like if you were in the military or not, a little bit more of your personal money will be used to take care of your family and everything like that, but that's no different. The main benefit is your housing benefit. Like, housing is paid for. On top of that, medical is covered for your entire family, and then also school can be covered for the rest of your family too, for your significant other or for your children. It's pretty covered. Like, the Air Force definitely makes family a priority. So as long as you do your job and you take your job seriously, you do what you're supposed to do, I feel like the Air Force really does take care of you. So this is why some people join and they want to get out, or they want to leave. One thing is, a lot of people don't like their boss, or they don't like the people that are in charge of them. Because in the military, just like anywhere else, every workstation, every work center is going to have somebody that's in charge of them. And some people just don't like how some people lead, or some people disagree with the way that some people lead. Also, it has like we're in the military, so there's a certain military structure. So you have, maybe like one or two like big bosses, people that are really in charge of you, and then you have people that are maybe closer to your rank that aren't the boss of you, but they've been here longer, and they kind of are the boss of you. They're kind of responsible for your actions in a certain type of way. So they tend to lead as well. And some people don't like that aspect of it, and they want to get out, and they do not want to deal with it, because they can't deal with a certain situation like that, like how they would in a civilian world, like maybe cursing out their boss or just not showing up to work. When you join the military, you sign the contract, you have to go to work, and you have to work with everybody. So that's one thing that some people that are currently in don't like about it. Another thing, being in the military, we have to follow rules, just like citizens, but we're held to a higher standard with it. So if we don't follow the rules, then it hits a little harder for us. So some people want to do drugs or do things that are kind of like against the law, and you just can't do it in the military. So some people find a problem with that. It might be silly, but some people just want to do certain things that they can't do while having this job. And another thing, like I was talking about, people that are older, or people that are more experienced, a little more seasoned, they had a job before the military and they were making more. Or some people that join the military from high school or from college, and then they see things outside of the military, they're like, wow, I can make a lot of money from that, and I'll make more money from that. And it might be true. The possibility really might come up, but at the same time, you didn't sign the rest of your life for the military. You signed either 4 or 6 years, so you can continue to do your job in the military and reap what it has to offer, and then go and do that next step it's not going anywhere, you can go and do that new job afterwards and just save up while you're in the military. You know what I'm saying? Do the best that you can while you're in the military, even maybe start towards that new career field while you're in the military, and then go towards it. I mean, that's what I'm kind of doing at the moment. It's just, I guess some people are impatient, and it's normal, but I feel like you can definitely make it work regardless. And so some people want more free time, want more time with their family, want more time to travel, want more time to just, you know, hang out, I guess. Because one thing about being in the military, you're gonna work 5 days a week, and then depending on your job, you could possibly come in on the weekend, but then you'll be sure to have like 2 other days off during the week, or you'll work anywhere from 9 to 12 hours during the day. Some jobs not even that much, and you know, some people don't like that. Some people want more time with their family, which is completely understandable. But like I said, you're being secured financially in a lot of ways, so you really just gotta ask yourself, is it worth the sacrifice? Is it worth it? And one of the last things, a lot of people do not want to deploy, which is understandable. You know, some people don't want to go out to the Middle East, but you can get deployed anywhere. You're not always going to get just deployed to a war zone or to a hostile area. You can get deployed to Europe, or you can get deployed to the Middle East. It all depends on your job and what's going on at the moment. So I can understand why some people don't want to do that, or some people fear that for themselves or even for their family. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the bigger picture, at what you're doing for your country, and then on top of that, the benefits that you're getting from that. Like, once again, is it worth it? So guys, I just laid out, you know, what I see are the highlights of joining the Air Force, and then what are some of the, you know, reasons that people that have already joined don't want to be in anymore. So before you guys join, before you guys even decide to look into it anymore, I want you guys to look into those questions and really ask yourself if you can deal with those aspects. So I hope that helped, guys. I just wanted to lay out the positives of joining the Air Force, and then some of the negatives, I guess, that people see. Some of the reasons why people feel like they can't continue to be in the Air Force, or why they're never going to re-enlist, or certain situations like that. So at the end of the day, guys, just take everything in and, you know, really ask yourself, is this something that I want to do? Do I want to do this for the next 4 years or 6 years of my life? And if I do this for the next 4 years or 6 years of my life and I don't like it, is it the end of my life? No, it's not. And like, just remember, there's also things that are beneficial, even if there are things that are negative in it. So I hope that helped you guys. Till next time, stay great.